What's up, everyone? This is Super Awareness Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome to Talladega Super Speedway once again for the second week in a row. But this time is the biggest, or second biggest special event on the season, but it is by far the craziest of them all. Welcome to the 2024 Autism Awareness 500, and we have 42 very strong field of 42 cars here. And only one will be crowned the 2024 winner of this crazy event. 50 laps as always, and it's gonna be wild. I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by, ironically enough, the point leader of the JBL Cup Series, Joe Witkowski. And welcome to the booth, Joe.
Yeah, I had to take this race off just so I could come up here and see everything that happens, because when you're out there in the race car, you don't see everything, and I didn't want to be out there because this is crazy, and I don't want to die out there.
Yeah, this race is probably the most chaotic for a reason. We've seen fail rolls, we've seen flips, we've seen alcoboids, we've seen burn-gone reenactments here on at this racetrack in this race, and who knows, hopefully we don't see that again, but it's definitely wild for a reason. And it's 50 laps, no pit stops, just straight to the finish. Based off the past history, what do you think we will unfortunately see here today?
I mean, as you mentioned, just crazy stuff all day long, all race long. I hope that they can go most of the race without crashing, but it's NR, it's Talladega, so the likelihood is that they're going to crash in the first 10 laps, then have lap traffic decide the whole rest of the race. But we can hope that maybe they make it to the final 10 laps, then crash, and then we don't have to worry about the lap traffic part. But yeah, it's Talladega, you never know. You always get something different every time you come here. You can run 5 test races and get something completely different on the one you actually record. So hopefully it's a good one, hopefully it's a clean one, and hopefully we have a nice close finish to this one and something that comes right down to the checkered flag.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, and I can say with all the test races I've gone at something totally different. So like Joe said, test races do not matter, especially at Talladega Super Speedway. We do have a couple of first-time starters, and we have a couple drivers in the second start that ran in the Birthday Bash yesterday. We got the number 66 of Duncan Ward making his first start on the channel, Derek McLean in the 22 making his first start, and then we have Bruno Di Giacomo making his first start on the channel. Most of the time, those first-time drivers end up being a real shot. We saw it in the Birthday Bash, but I believe it's Blake Blue who did a massive strategy call and almost got a win until tires started taking into effect. So those 3 first-timers could have a really good shot at getting this race win. And we also have the 2020 winner of Nonagon Scott back in the field. We have the 2019 winner of Crampton. And we have a lot of very strong drivers. We have the ARCA champion in this field. We have the C4 Cup champion. This is a stat field, and it's going to be very interesting on who can get the race win. And on the front row is the number 98 of Kenneth Miller, and alongside him is Caleb Rose. And the number 32, row number 2 is the number 33, Eric Monaco, and the 55 of Alexander Rowe. First time on the channel in a hot minute in these 2 special events, so good to see Alexander Rowe back on the channel. The number 4 of Nick Lopez, and the number 42 of Ronald Kennington. And row number 3, row number 4 is Stephen Colon and Jack Koss in the 95. And right out of the top 10 is indeed the ARCA champion of Tampa and the number 34 of Bradley Ream. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get these 42 drivers underway here at Talladega Super Speedway. And hopefully everyone does roll off, and that looks to be the case at the moment. 50 laps on tap, no pit stops, 3 and 4 wide action. Probably the most chaotic race on the season in the entire channel for 2024. The second special event on the year. If you had to pick anyone with this being Talladega, who do you think will win here for the 2024 edition of this special event?
It's Talladega, so it's nearly impossible to actually know how to pick a winner here. I mean, any of these 42 guys have the same amount of shot to win, but just to kind of give a shot in the dark, I'm sure this person would love that I picked them to win this race, because they've always loved when I picked them to win races in the past. So Chris Jericho, car number 18 is going to get the victory lane starting in 26th here today. I mean, he just loves when I pick him to win races. He always does well. Nothing ever happens whenever I pick him to win races.
A little bit of wink, wink, nudge, nudge between Cup owner and Cup driver. You know, you've had a good season in the Cup Series, and I bet Jericho would love to get a win for himself this time around. But it's going to be interesting of who ended up getting the race win. Literally, the poster could get the job done, or the 42nd can get the job done. It's all about being at the right time, with the right place at the right time, and it's all about avoiding that 4-wide melee, as we will probably see that not once but multiple times here today. And once again, I always say this, but the tri-oval is very important. The start-finish line not at the tri-oval, but is past it, and we could see a photo finish to the line. It's going to be a wild one here for the 2024 edition, the 5th event, for the 5th time I've done this event, I'm pretty sure. And it's definitely the most chaotic. Pace car would dive down onto pit road, and we still have quite a few seconds here until we go green. But it's going to be interesting. Kenneth Miller on the pole, first start in a while, or first 2 starts in a while in these past 2 special ones today and yesterday. And then we got Caleb Rose in the number 32. The 2024 Autism Awareness 500 is green at Talladega. Let's go race them for 50 laps at Alabama. A great start from the 98, but here comes the 33. Eric Marco is going to try to steal lap 1 of the 2024 edition, and he will right at the line. Of course, with this being a special event, there's no bonus points for the leading lap, but still feels good to lead the opening lap of this 50 lap event.
Just bragging rights. That's all those laps led are there for now, to say I led laps in this race when maybe someone else didn't. But there's a shot everyone could lead a lap in this one with it being 50 laps long. But they race up the back stretch, mostly 2 wide, some 3 wide. Here comes car number 88 getting a good push from the number 1 in the bottom. That's Tanner Parton with Nathan Orman behind him. So they're going to try and move their way up by this number 33. And something I'm noticing is that when they're going through the course, they're really wanting to protect that yellow line. See, they're all the way down on it as Parton jumps down to the inside of the tri-oval. He's going to try and lead lap number 2 here at Talladega.
Yeah, without a doubt, that yellow line is going to be the place you want to be. The outside is definitely not really want to be, especially if it's 3 and 4 wide. And one thing that we saw in the Cup race was that there was obviously some rains involved, and definitely turned out to be where some drivers were able to maintain up to the front longer than in the past. And I kind of merged that into here. The rains are 40 to 60 with the aggression at 100 to 100. So some drivers could get a little bit closer to the 60 number, and they could have a better chance at leading maybe 2 or 3 laps at a time versus the typical 1 lap at a time. But at the moment, that's going to maybe continue, but they are going to be leading only 1 lap, as the 2 of Seidel will lead lap number 3.
So what you're saying is that every driver is completely aggressive, and that there's no everyone's just out there 100% aggression is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's what we like to see.
Oh yeah, without doubt. This event's already chaotic, and why not make it even more chaotic than what it's already been in the past? Have to see if who can possibly be the most aggressive and get the race win here. As Hamill and the 47 all over the 2, not the 22, of Seidel. Here comes Still Matthews. She won yesterday in the Birthday Bash, as they're gonna go 3 wide for the race lead.
That was a tight moment entering into the travel, but Dylan Matthews makes it work on the bottom and actually got to the lead of that lap right there. So leads the 4th lap and actually clears the pack pretty well. Pulls away by a car length or 2 through turns 1 and 2. Trying to get caught up is D'Oliveira and the number 15 with the 83 coming behind. Baby Ruiz jumping to the bottom and getting a good push from car number 10 behind.
Mauser first started in a hot minute for this 10 machine. Great to see that driver return. We've got a lot of drivers, returning in this event, like Alexander Rowe, Mauser, and a couple of others. And you also got some new drivers here on the channel. And one of them that is not new to the channel is BB Liz, as I think Woman has an issue. He does. Oh my goodness.
Wow, at least he found out he had an issue, and he got out of the way, and he got way out of the way. I mean, I thought he was wrecking into the inside wall.
I'm getting worried it was a confirmed tire issue for the number 1 of Nathan Woman, and that's a tough wait. He had a bad birthday bash yesterday, and he's gonna have a bad day here today at Talladega. Maybe he should stick to team owning, because it's not been a good luck last couple of days on these special events. And now, we've seen it before in the special event, as they're going to try to split this number 7 of Gutierrez, where once they get split out, and we have multiple pats, then they decide to crash, and all good breaks happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but have to wait and see. The number 20 of Matthew Burnett out front, and the 40 of William Ayers right behind him, and here is one of the 3 first-time drivers, Derek McLean in the number 22.
Lane moving up nicely, but down to the inside. I think that's the number 40 car. It is. That's Ayers moving to the front. Got a great run and moves to the inside. Burnett's going to make it work. And 3 wide behind them. Here comes car number 41, Ryan Durrani, making a nice move to the bottom. So Durrani getting a good push as well. As something I'm interested, though, is that with this pack, did we eliminate enough cars to where there's not going to be kind of a crash that occurs throughout the race, right? There's not enough cars in the pack. There's a possibility where they don't get into a position where there's going to be a crash. Now, I mean, you could wreck with 4 cars in the pack for sure, so we'll have to just see how aggressive these guys are throughout the race, but there's definitely a chance now, less of a likelihood that a crash could occur.
Oh yeah, there definitely is. There's still enough cars in this lead pack to honestly go 3 wide all over the place. Looks like it's about 27 cars in this lead pack. But one thing that we have to keep in mind here is if these guys go single file like they are, they will catch up to this lead pack, and that's what
they are.
But that's not what they want to see. 4 wide right in front of them.
Not when they're catching. That's not what they want to see when they're catching. I mean, they have the momentum on their side. Luckily, they got that sort out. Car number 43, Owen Miles, got down right in front of Danny Follington, and that could have been a bad one, because as you mentioned, if they crash there, that second pack is probably piling right in and causing some chaos.
Oh yeah, Valda, we've seen it before. We about had it happen again. Here comes a teammate in the Cup Series, Eli Boyd in the 78, who led last lap, but he's not going to be a second one, as the 2019 winner of this event, Travis Crampton, is trying to lead a lap. I don't know if he will, as Tim O'Miles is going to get to the inside, but Crampton's trying to become a 2-time winner of this event. No one has won 2 special events with 2 races in the Autism Awareness 500. And right now, Crampton and Scott have a shot to do so. Miles out front, Caleb Blows in second, and right now, no one really has the car to beat to stay out front at the moment and just cycling through. But unfortunately, it looks like the number 95 of Jack Haas might lose the pack here.
That's one of the downsides when the pack kind of gets spread out like that, is if you're the last car in that second pack and that second pack is catching up to the first one, you're getting the least amount of, kind of draft. Everyone in front is drafting with you, so you don't have anyone behind you to push you up in that. So it looks like Jack Haas, he's going to need a caution to come out and then miss the caution. So, yeah, I think he's kind of out of luck at the moment, but maybe he'll be far enough back when the crash happens, if a crash happens, that he'll be able to get through, get some spots, and be right back in it. But at the front, we have 2 technical teammates, if you want to say it. Nick Lopez in the 4, Mauser in the 10. And right now, you had said there's not really someone that's been all that dominant so far, but that number 10 looking pretty good once they've gotten out front, kind of been able to hold it for a little bit here.
This might be one of the first true contenders to have the car to stay up front. Mauser in this number 10, looking really strong in that bright green and orange machine. And have to see if anyone can stop him, as the 33 starting to see a few drivers that fell back early make their way back up to the front. Monaco, Seidel, and Ruiz all moving their way back up to the front. Haas is not really losing too much speed, but now he might be finally out of the draft. And now, I think these guys might be wondering, hey, since this 10 is so fast, let's just take a chill pill. It's 50 laps, not 45, not 23, not 47. It's a long ways to go. Still 38 at the line. But that's not what the 33 is saying. Monaco wants this race to lead.
Monaco and Ruiz did not take that chill pill. They were offered it, but they rejected it immediately, and they're still going after each other. And here comes car number 27 up to the inside, Aaron Abel. First time he's been at the front here in this race, so moving up nicely inside the top 5. And another new names as they are 3 and 4.
Oh, there we go!
No! Oh!
Moore, they're gonna save it. A mild crash. Moore, Matthew Burnett, and Tanner Pullen are gonna be the 3 with a lot of damage. That's what Jack Haas wanted, and now gonna see if we can race back to the line for the first caution of the day. Ruiz to the inside of Mauser.
Yeah, that's the first challenge Mauser's gotten since they've gotten to the lead, but the Ruiz doesn't really have any help. The 27 stayed high. We'll have to see if Abel cuts down to the bomber. If maybe Mauser can get the push through the tri-oval to get back in front, but I think the inside might just... this could be a drag race to lead them back to the caution. I think the 10 might have it.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's the 10.
It is.
If only that was the finish. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
Who knows, that could be the finish after this one, but oh my goodness, the 14 of Avery Alfred on the apron. Hopefully these guys can calmly get things sorted out, as that was a very mild first crash of the day. But unfortunately...
Oh, don't pile in.
Yeah, don't pile in either. This is something that happens sometimes, but it looks like we are good, Jack Haas.
Slow it down, Jack. Slow it down, Jack. Oh, no. You know what? They run worse brakes in these super speedway cars, and sometimes you forget.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the caution that Jack Haas wanted, but...
Not the result.
Yeah. He ran into the flat number 99, who already had probably the most damage out of anyone in that crash, and unfortunately, not going to be a good return for Quinn Moore, and not going to be a good race for Tanner Pullen, the ARCA champ, or Matthew Burnett in the number 20. 2-lap caution periods here at Talladega, so let's go ahead and quickly see what brought out the first yellow of the day in the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. Well, it was only a matter of time. 4 wide was bound to happen, and unfortunately, we saw this in the Cup race, and we saw it here in the Autism Awareness 500. Tanner Pullen, the ARCA champ in the number 88, is going to go 4 wide through the middle. He didn't have to, but he did. And while that happened, that forced the 20 of Burnett down into the 99 a little bit. And they could have avoided this. They really could have, because there's another lane between the 16 and the 88, but they just squeezed Burnett, Moore, and Pullen to squeeze into each other. And unfortunately, around they go, and Matthews is not going to be lucky in this one either, as she's going to get pinched up into the outside wall for a little bit of damage, or more with a big hit into the rear end of that flat Ford. He's going to have the most damage out of this one. Luckily, a very mild crash, and most of the field should be good still, but that's what brought out the first yellow of the day here in this special event.
Yeah, so coming off turn 4 here, there is a hole to the inside of the 16. That's inviting as a race car driver, and unfortunately it wasn't the right move, as they then got 4 wide and pinching together for the 3 inside cars, and it's going to cause this crash. And I mean, look at the 3 do a great job saving it. 41 did a great job backing off, and everyone behind the 41 as well. But I mean, really kept it at a major, 4-car major accident there instead of something like 10 or 15 cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, normally when that happens, we expect a massive crash, and luckily that is not the result, as the 16 definitely has some damage, and I think both the wall in 1 and 2. That was the caution that Jack Haas wanted, but then he ran into the back of the field. Gonna take another look at this insanely close finish for the race back to the line between the 10 and the 83, and oh, that was really close right there. It will be the number 10 of Timo Mauser leading us back to the green, and let's get back to the restart in the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. Welcome back to Talladega Super Speedway after the first yellow of the day of possibly, and not possibly, probably not the only one of the day. It would be Timo Mauser as the race leader, with Wes in second. How about John Anders inside the top 3 out of nowhere in this 23? 27 of Aaron Abel. Chris Jericho, hey, there's a little pick, and Timo inside the top 5. Monaco, Lowe, the 30 of Bennett Watson. There's the 2020 Nonagon Scott in 9th, and then the 43 of Owen Miles rounding out the top 10. Orman was 6 laps down. He got the wave round for being the only car multiple laps down, so now he's 5 laps down. And no one is out, I believe, so that is a good sign, and Jack Haas has no hood after what happened under this caution.
Yeah, so watch for the damaged cars, right? They're not severely damaged, but if we do go green long enough, they could play an impact. And also watch for Orman. If he can get by the damaged cars, he could play an impact even though he's only 5 laps down. He could kind of spoil the party as well, so he's just getting caught to the field now because he just got waved around. But pace car is in, Nathan. Here we go for the first restart of the day.
Oh boy, it's going to take a lap or so to get wind up, but these draws going 2:15. It's not going to take that long. With Noah's trick plates back green. See what Mauser can do. Oh, BK Racing is not going to do the BK Racing strategy. Oh my goodness, what a jump from Wes. Unfortunately, the outside is not really want to be at Talladega, but what a jump from that 83. And I don't know, you might get that number 10 machine, but here comes John Anders to the inside. And where did Toyota come from? The 83-23 and the 18-53-26 all up front. Hello to the Toyota 500.
I think if Andrews went to the top with Ruiz probably would have cleared by the end of the back straightaway. So that just shows how good of a restart Bibby got. But unfortunately, it's not going to work out now as they're building speed, and now the inside is starting to work, and Mauser's able to pull the bottom as here comes Andrews and Jericho down to the bottom, and here comes another Toyota behind them, 55 car, Alexander Rose. So yeah, the Toyota 500 is here right now in lap number 16 as Andrews gets to the lead with a push from Jericho.
Yeah, the Toyotas, they popped up out of nowhere, and with full force with 3 of them now out front. Can't count the Posa, Kenneth Miller back up to the front. The 34 of Bradley Ream is inside the top 5, and gonna quickly see of how the damage cars are doing. Now this could be a perfect scenario. It looks like all the damage cars might not be that off the pace, and they're not. They're only slightly going less than 200 miles an hour, so they're not gonna be as damaged as I thought. Orm did get past them, but he's not going to be able to catch up to the field, unfortunately. So luckily, I don't think lap cars would be too much of a factor here, as we did miss a pass for the race lead. John Anders is out front, and here comes Ream, Bright, Seidel, and Alpha all on this inside lane.
Not to take away from this battle at the front, I'm really surprised the 99 is the fastest of the damaged cars, because he got kind of the worst end of that. 16 actually gets by him there, but yeah, compared to like the 20, the 88, they weren't really involved that much, but the 99 crew did a really good job repairing. Here comes Eli. I know that guy down to the inside. He's aggressive at these types of racetracks, so I expect him to be even more aggressive because there's no points in the line here. It's only for the race victory, so why not go for broke Eli and go out there and try and win the dang thing?
Well, that would be a nice idea for that 78 if it was not for the driver returning to the channel outside on the road and getting inside. And now I think we might find out a second contender for this race win that can at least stay up front. First it was the 10. Might have to watch out for John Anders here in this 23. Took the race lead, and he is staying out front in that Dr. Pepper silver machine. I really like that paint scheme, and I'm glad that John Anders picked that one. And see if Roll can pass him, but he's not going to. He's going to stay behind that Toyota machine, and now these draws might be saying, okay, we have our first caution, we still have over 30 laps to go, maybe now is time to take the chill pill. But right when we said that, they just didn't crash, so take that as you will. But these Toyotas are actually really strong, and look at what they're doing to the race field.
Yeah, they're spreading the field out with them. They're so fast that they're causing the field to go single file behind them. That just shows some dominance right there. We'll see if Stout or Crampton or someone behind can start to maybe form a line, make moves, or if they're just going to stay in line. You can see right there goes Crampton to the bottom, but really no one went until the 42 did, Kennington. So we'll have to see here. But the front of the field spread out because that 23 and the 55, they're just so fast at the moment. Everyone has to get single file to stay with them. If not, they're going to fall back to where that pack of 2 and 3 wide is.
This is something I was not expecting here, but these drivers were saying, hey, let's just chill at the moment. A couple of drivers I would like to give shoutouts to. This 42 of Ronald Kennington, first mentioned of the day. The 98 is back up to the front. No, Clifton's up front. He was last in qualifying, and he's up towards the front. The 17 of Danny Fallington. The 13 of Andrew Miller's up here. The 40 of William Ayers is back up to the front. Here comes Boone Diacomo, first start on the channel, inside the top 10. Another driver making his first start, Duncan Wood, as well, in the 66 up front. So, same with Roberto Jr., Stephen Collin. A lot of new faces up to the front. This is something I was not expecting, but because of these two Toyotas, the whole field is essentially double file.
Yeah, and single file right here, kind of towards the front, and yeah, the field is really spread out. There's not really much 3 wide. There's no 3 wide anymore, really, except for like 1 or 2 rows, and it's just single file and 2 wide. Everyone's trying to stay with. I think it's not even just the 55. I think it's the 23 by himself is able to do this. Andrews has such a strong car. He pulled a gap on the 55 right there, kind of all by himself, and I can see maybe shuffling the 55 out. Maybe the 50, maybe it's not necessarily the 23 strong. Maybe the 55 just wasn't as good as some of the cars around. So now that we shuffle him out, maybe the 42 and the 9 can get a run onto the 23 and make the pass work. We'll have to see. If they can't do it, then we know the 23 is just a very strong car.
Oh yeah, without doubt. And well, if they do this, then that's not even going to be worth twatting, as Bruno Giacomo, the first time driver, is going to take second. Crampton, Andrew Miller, Danny Fallington, Roberto Clown Jr., all on this inside lane, some drivers that we've not seen yet today. And have to see, can this first time driver of Giacomo get to this inside? He's going to look for it.
Yeah, there goes Giacomo down to the bottom. 17 and some others trying to go with, but they're a little bit further back. We'll have to see if the 23 can get enough of a push. He's not going to now because the 13 jump shift. Andrew Miller said, I'm done with that 23 leading. He wants to get some fresh blood out front. He's going to do just that. He's going to push Giacomo to the lead here, and that's good. So now we know that maybe it wasn't necessarily the 23 that strong. Maybe the 55 car just isn't as good. 4 wide with the 55 now. Watch out, field.
That's tight. That is really tight. There's a spot up top. 55 is going to be good. And now, how about this first time driver, Bruno Giacomo, I should say, to the race lead. And he's not new to an auto because he's on Alice's channel a lot lately. But first start on the channel. And great job for him. And now we got a pair of 4s up front. I'm going to quickly see. Where's the lap cars? They're in the 12. We are in turn 4. We are going to catch up to him in a handful of laps, and we are almost halfway through this race.
Another first-timer, McLean, is coming up. He got shuffled high by Jericho there as the 83 jumped low. That's Ruiz coming back to the front. Ruiz has been someone who's really been kind of shuffling around the pack and has really found themselves back up at the front constantly. So Baby looks like has a pretty strong car, and we'll see if Jericho can get up there and try and push that 83 up by the number 9, and some other guys coming back. Mauser's coming back, that number 10 car, pretty strong early on, and trying to get back up here and lead some guys around, and currently going 3 wide up the back straightaway on the 43 and the 22 cars.
Oh boy, for a second I thought the 22 was going to make a first time mistake and thought out 4 wide, but that's going to be a good move from him, and just saying, hey, let's just stay beyond the number 17, as this entire field all of a sudden has gone 3 by 3 by 3 as we are 25 laps down, 25 laps to go in the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. One caution so far. It's not been chaotic, but it's been pretty solid. A lot of new leaders and a lot of drivers been able to stay up front. The 9 is looking pretty strong, but here comes the first strong driver, Mauser, back up to the front with help from Zidell and Ream.
Zidell made a bold move to move down right in front of Ream right there. I didn't know if there was a gap to do it, but he was able to do it. He got down to the bottom. He might have a shot to get to the lead for himself here on Mauser. He moves to the inside, gets a great run from behind. I see lap traffic in the camera frame. Watch out for that the next lap or two, because where do you want to be, right? Depends where you catch the lap traffic. Catch them on the straightaway, you could probably use the bottom lane, but if you catch them in the corners, we know that the top sides could probably roll, and it could really cause this pack to get split up.
Oh boy, this never fails. Whenever we have lap calls at Talladega, it normally gets crazy, and we've seen that multiple times, and we have to wait and see if that happens again. Reggie Fogelman, that's a name that we've not said yet here today in the 48. To the race lead he goes, team of RCR and Tricon in Cup and Twats, and he's up to the front, but here comes a couple of RCR cars, and here we go. They're not going ridiculously slow, but there's three of them right here, right at the tri-oval. Fogelman's gonna, oh my goodness, Fogelman.
He's not gonna like that in a few laps though. Once they all get away. See the 48, the 34. So the top side's gonna be the one to work here. So the bottom, they're gonna have to find a way to either shuffle those lap cars to the middle, or the 88 moves up. So I don't know where you want to be, Nathan. It's kind of at this point you're just hoping that you can find a way through, and that those leaders don't get too far away and don't get too much trapped off each other. And I think the outside's still gonna be the place to be. If Zidell can hit the gas here and get to the outside, the 88 car could be able to get by out of turn number 4, but it's looking like it's a little bit difficult right now. It's close. He got there.
Meanwhile, battle for the race lead between Ream and Fogelman. That's not important at the moment, as we are dealing with these lap cars. And now, this is interesting. The 95 is on the outside, the 88 is on the inside. This could really split up the field. And oh boy. But now here's the problem for Ream and Fogelman. We have Zidell, Mauser, Hamill, Jericho, Watson. They have gone around these 3 lap cars, and they are moving, and they are going to catch up with these top 2, possibly at the start finish line this time by.
88 moved high back there, so let the inside go. The 31 kind of shuffled him out, and there you can see it right there. So now they're 4 wide back there, getting around Giacos. That could be a problem. Oh my gosh, these guys have nerves of steel out there.
Welcome to Talladega. These guys don't care of what situation they are in, and now I don't think we have any more lap traffic. Not until 3 and 4, and we are off turn 2. So we have some time that we could have the field bunch back up here. Mauser to the race lead from help from Jericho, and we always say this front row is good at super speedways. Well, both of them are up towards the front with Watson and Ream. And I think we might see one of the dominant cars of the day, Mauser, be one of the contenders if this thing stays green. Jericho, the Latino in the Cup Series, might have something to say about that as he chops off Zidell.
I will say 2 cars I'm looking at right now that have been pretty strong all throughout the race are Mauser and Zidell, and they're up here right now at the front. I mean, Mauser's been able to get to the front constantly. He's been able to hold the lead. Zidell's not been able to hold the lead, but he's been able to pass Mauser a few times. So I think it just shows that maybe the 2 car a lot better in the draft. The 10 car really good leading a line around. See, Jericho tried to make a move there, but Zidell made it first. And these guys further back behind the 48 and them, they're really hoping that these guys keep battling like this, because it just slows themselves up. And now they're going side. Eli did not stay single file. Way too aggressive in that situation, because you want to stay single file. You want to get as fast as possible up to this pack, because they might not keep battling like they are. They could get single files. The 18's going for the lead.
18 to the lead. We'll leave that lap, and we have exactly 8 cars in this lead pack. Yeah, 8 cars in the lead pack. All single file. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars, I believe, in the second pack. So there's more cars in the second pack. And there might be a couple more if the 15 and 43 are able to catch up. And there might be a whole bunch pack. There might be a whole pack if these cars can catch back up. At this point, everyone wants a caution, and I don't know if we will with the field being as spread out as they are because of those 3 lap cars in a row. But I will say this, we've seen it before, the lap cars have caused cautions before, and we still have plenty of time with 18 laps to go where that could be the case. As Jericho up front, but he's going to have to battle not 1 but 2 front row cars, as here comes Watson and Bradley Ream.
That second pack gained a 10th that lap while they were also battling as well, so there's a real possibility they could get caught up if they get a little bit more strung out and try to catch up. But up at the front, there's a lot of crazy racing still going on, so that would be why that second pack is still gaining, because these guys up front, they're not riding around. They want to go after it, and you can see car number 48, Fogelman, giving a great push to Ream to move that 34 by teammate in the 38, Benny Watson. So yeah, this first pack, they're still battling 2 wide, and these guys are still going 2 and 3 wide, but they're catching, right? I think they're getting enough of just a sniff of a draft now that they're able to run down. That was another 4/10 that lap.
Oh yeah, they might be getting the draft off of, say, the 10 and the 2 and the 38 now, and they have enough colors, and the 15 and 4 that we did catch up. So it's basically, I believe, 13 versus 8 at the moment, so yeah, this second pack's going to close in a heartbeat, and we have about 21 colors in the lead pack. Here comes Weem with help from the 27 of Aaron Abel to the lead, and who knows, this could go caution-free to the end with what we've seen so far. Oh my goodness, Dale Cameron in the 4th lane at Talladega up on himself. 3 wide for the lead.
He saw them going 3 wide in front. He got a little scared. He went all the way up to the wall in case something happened. But luckily, they all knew they were going 3 wide. And Aaron Abel made that big move. He's going to get to the lead with help from Zidell and Mauser. 2 of some of the strongest cars here today are right behind him, pushing them through. And they're going to take it to the inside themselves. We'll see if Mauser leaves Zidell or kind of keeps pushing them. That second pack is there now. So this might be one of the fastest laps of the race for these guys right here.
Ooh, Folkman's trying to take advantage of the speed from the 42, 17, 55, 24. And now we have 20-ish colors in this lead pack. Might have to watch out if the 15 loses it and does what Chad Cost did early on. But 21 colors in the lead pack with 15 laps to go. Only 1 caution so far in the Autism Awareness 500. Been probably the most calm, but it's still chaotic out there on this 2.66 mile racetrack. And have to see if Mauser made his first start in quite a long time can get this race win. Probably the best car here today. But we are getting closer and closer on 2 more lap colors of the 16 and the 99. And then the woman who is...
Oh, and Jack Haas again. No. Oh, he's got slower, it looks like.
He's lost the... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's lost the other pack, so now he doesn't have drafts, so now he's going slower.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, Benny Watson.
Okay, I see Benny Watson with a aggressive move right there. Blocks Folkman and takes the lead for himself. Hey, if that's the last lap, that's what you might have to do to get this race victory here at Talladega. And unfortunately, Joe, we are not done with lap cars, I don't think.
No, we are not. You think it's calm now. Wait until we catch up to lap traffic, because that 95's super slow. We have some guys that aren't quite as slow, like the 99, the 16. They're pretty fast in terms of lap car standards, but they're still going to be slower, and they're still going to cause havoc and chaos. So everyone wants to be the leader when you catch lap traffic, because you have, you know, free range of the track. You go high, you go low, you go wherever you need to, as long as you're clear. But to Eli, he's saying, all right, I want to be the leader. Then maybe he's hearing me in the commentary booth. I don't know, but he's going to go for the lead here, and he's going to have car number 3 behind Will Parrish. Haven't really talked about him. You know, we talked about him narrowly missing that crash. Here he is now up to second. We'll see if he can sweep high around this 95. Oh my goodness.
Eli, boy, aggressive move right there. That could have been really ugly. Watson's going to go for the race lead. Unfortunately, they caught the 95 at a bad spot. Not going to be able to split him. The 95 is going to go to the outside and block this outside lane of Miles, Jericho, Hamill, and Kennington. Oh my goodness, about turn up the racetrack into the 17. Oh, 4 wide. Might have to keep an eye out. Real good.
Yeah, they're going to be good for now, but there's still more lap traffic up the road with the 16, the 99 that these guys are going to catch at some point. Eli's gotten away, the 88 again, so yeah, that first pack of lap cars got split when the pack caught them the first time, and now they didn't have the draft of each other, and now they're going a lot slower, so it's opened up a whole different can of worms now to where we're going to catch them, and then we're going to catch the 99, the 16, probably the 1 as well, so we'll see. Can Eli do what he did last time, catching the 95 to the 88 this time? He might just want to stay low here. Oh my goodness!
Goodness.
Wow.
And we are not done, because I saw 3 lap colors in the frame. Now the... Oh my goodness, the 15!
15! Oh, that's...
Well, that's worth a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And he might still be able to make this work through 1 and 2. Although he didn't really have the momentum on his side that time, so he had to kind of bail out of it. But now at the front, 78-10, they're catching the 99 again. So here we go, lap traffic.
And as we are catching up to the 99, look at who popped up from out of nowhere. The 2019 winner of Trials Crampton has survived the shuffling, and he's up front. They're not able to get around the 99, as that's going to allow some other cars to catch back up.
Yeah, that was really good for a lot of guys. They have momentum now because these guys really got slowed up.
Oh yeah, that was a best case scenario for anyone outside roughly the top 10. As we have 10 laps to go, Chaos has filled Talladega with all his lap traffic. We should have the 16 that has damage. The one other woman I'm not too worried about. He has no damage as far as I know of. He just had a tire go down and that ended his race. And oh, we might have about this 20. Ooh.
Worried about the 95 again. I honestly don't know about Jack Haas, if we might not catch him again.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. Where is Jack Haas? Oh, he's in zone 3 and 4.
We might be good. We'll have to see if he caught on to enough draft to maybe keep him going fast enough for a good bit. But here's Crampton up at the front trying to hold on and win a second one of these. But I mean, there's a lot of guys. Stout right behind him is looking to try and break that. How about Crown Jr., right? Haven't really talked about Crown much today. Here he is moving up when it counts and moving down to the inside. Jericho's back at the front somehow, some way. 43 back at the front. Number 10 still up here. 55's coming back. So a lot of familiar faces starting to make their way back up. We're also working up at the same time are the guys that haven't really been talked about much today.
And if there's a time and place to be up towards the front late at Talladega, it's with 10 laps to go. That's normally how things work out.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, but that wasn't as bad until they do that. Then that's really bad. They're 4 wide with 4 40 cars. I mean, you got the 40, the 42, the 43, and that's like all the 40 cars in here except for the 48 and the 41.
That could have been bad, but luckily it was not. And now this is going to be interesting because the 16 is slow. Yeah, the 16 I don't think is as slow as what we thought. The 1 is definitely just fine, but 16 is definitely slower than these guys, as now Crampton, Crown Jr., Woe are all going to get stuck up top.
Yeah, so I thought that maybe Matthews was going fast enough to maybe blend back in, but it doesn't look like that's the case. I think Orman might blend back in, which could cause havoc, because now he's going to be 6 laps down in the middle of this, and all these guys on the lead lap, they're going to not want him a part of it, but that's just how it's going to be with 7 laps to go. He's going to be in this, but now the 20 car, oh my gosh. At least they're single file.
That's the bright side. Oh my goodness, woman. Oh my goodness. That 20 is really off the pace.
And that 23 almost ran into him.
Oh, Will Parrish.
We're not done almost running into him.
You know, we still have 6 laps to go out the line. That's still enough time. If we get a crash, we will have at least a 2 or 3 lap shootout. So if there was a time to crash, that would be it. Because I believe the point of no return would be 3 laps to go with a 2 lap caution period. So they have time to work and go back racing, but that time is almost running out.
No, not much time left, and Penny Watson knows that. He's saying, all right, I need to get low right in front of Eli and trying to dispose of lap traffic, because if you could just hang on to the draft, it's a very long line of draft. So if you could just hang on to it, you could be right in it at the checkered flag. I mean, it doesn't take all that much time to get up to the front. But how about last place starter moving up on the inside, pushing up to the front right at the end? Noah Clifton has not really been at the front much today, Nathan, but right at the end he's saying, all right, now it's time to go. And these final 5 laps, he's inside the top 5.
You know, at the top of the show, I said anyone can win from the poster to the last place driver of Noah Clifton. And that could end up being true for this number 5. With 5 laps to go, running in second, and the Odyssey of Noah Clifton might be able to steal this one late. But how about some of these names that we've not mentioned yet all day, hardly at all? Danny Farlington, second start. Noah Clifton. Andrew Miller in the number 13. Will Parrish in the number 3. Stephen Collin in the 24 is back there. And same with the number 43 of Owen Miles. He's been hit or miss, sometimes been up towards the front today, but not all day. Same with the 4 of Nick Lopez, showing stout. A lot of new faces here, and we're looking double file and 3 wide with 4 laps to go. It's been a very cautionless race, only 1 caution, but it's been hectic all race long. 4 laps to go, and Jericho is out front.
And while Jericho leads, one of our dominant cars, Mauser, has actually lost the draft. So the number 10's not going to have a shot at the end of this. He's way back there, up at the front, though. They're still battling for the lead and all over the place. Here comes car number 9, Giacomo, down to the bottom. As you mentioned, first start. Could he possibly get it done here today? He's going to move to the front by Jericho. No cars really behind him, so he's going to have a nice gap here coming off turn 4 to catch Haas again. Oh, no.
Split him. Wow. Split him. 3 go high or low. Something. All
right, but he might be too far back now. It's say if he could get low, but now Haas is kind of playing with him. So it looks like we're going to have 3 less cars in it. But still a good amount with 3 laps to go, Nathan. There's still a good bit of cars up here with a shot to win it.
And Ullman might play into a factor because Folkman is in the... Oh, no, the Wecken!
And that's going to be it. This is the race back, and the 48 is on the outside because of the 1, so the 24 might get it here.
24 might get it on Miles. It's in the capo seat. Can he steal it? Don't worry about the number 1. He's 5 laps down. It's going to come down to Stephen Collin. On Miles with a last-ditch effort. Side by side at the line. It's going to be on Miles.
The draft. Yeah, the 1 gave him the draft and got him that win.
Wow. Well, unfortunately, just like the birthday bash, they are going to crash right when they couldn't go back green anymore.
That's always happens like that. Always happens like that.
If only they crashed 3 laps sooner as they hit the pace car. I don't know if 17 was involved. I don't know who exactly was involved, but a multi-car incident down the backstretch probably, if I had to guess, was due to a lap car. As I don't know what happened to the 18. The 18 has a suspension issue. Well,
I definitely did not jinx him with my pick.
No M&M's in Victory Lane.
Nope. There's gonna be bacon in Victory Lane, though.
There is gonna be bacon. All Miles gonna get a big time victory here, and Stephen Collin, so close in that 24. Gonna get second, and this number 4 of Nick Lopez is gonna get third. How about this 27, Abel, and 4th? He's had a fantastic week. Won Dover for the Cup Series. I think he got a top 3 finish in the birthday bash, and he's gonna get 4th. So 3 top 5s in all 3 races this week. Great week for Aaron Abel. That's almost like getting 3 race wins based off of 3 different race routes: Dover, Indy, and Talladega. We're gonna stick to actually no. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay of the final caution of the day before we get to the final lap. The All Miles will most likely win the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. Well, this was not full wide, and this is something I've not really seen before at Talladega before. Unfortunately, Danny Fallington, don't know if he got tight or what, but Jericho on the outside lane was just going to fall back, and unfortunately, Danny Fallington is just going to turn the 18 down the racetrack, pops the semi V-Light right up the air about 6 inches. Zeidel and Watson involved, and then Jonas Stout's going to touch the wall a little bit. Luckily, though, that's basically it. No big hits unlike years past, and this might be the first where we've not had a one flip in this event. But Jack Haas tried. He aimed for Fallington, but couldn't quite get there after his unfortunate day. A fairly calm finish right there with a calm crash, and unfortunately, that's going to end the race under caution. A rookie mistake from Danny Fallington and the number 17 second start on the channel, and that's going to end this race under caution.
Here you see working through 1 and 2, the 18 backing up. I just think a misjudgment here by Fallington. Didn't know he was going to catch him that fast. Gets into him. Eli and Zeidel and Watson. 17 went back after the 18, nearly got him again. As you mentioned, Jack Haas, I think, kind of turned down the racetrack, saw the 17 spin and was hoping he was maybe going to hit him. It didn't happen, and those 3 cars went around. They got back going. No harm, no foul, except for the fact the race ending under caution. They lost ground and positions in it.
Yeah, without doubt, and that's unfortunate that both special events this year ended under caution, but A last lap pass from Owen Miles right there, and as long as nothing happens on this final lap, he will win the 2024 edition and get a reserve for the next year's event. But let's find out if he does indeed get this race win on the final lap of the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. Well, welcome back to Talladega, and unfortunately this will end the race here at Talladega for this special event of 2024. Don't mind the dogs in the background, but what a wild one here at Talladega for the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. And unfortunately it's going to end up under caution. The 18 who was involved in that crash had a suspension issue, and he's done, so it's up for Chris Jericho. And then the 17 Danny Thornton, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but what we think is that he just felt bad for ending the race early, and he parked himself and he retired, quote unquote. So
yeah, he just he took his car down pit road, put the window net down, he parked in his pit stall and climbed out. So he must have felt bad. Maybe he saw the 18 out and he said, all right, well, if he's out, then I guess I'll be out too, since eye for an eye type situation, I guess.
Yeah, very unfortunate right there. And for Danny Thornton, I think some kind of either brother or cousin to Donnie Thornton in the Cup Series, so tough break for him. I think he got a good finish yesterday in the Birthday Bash, but not going to get a good finish here. And through the trial for the final time, a chaotic Autism Awareness 500, but a calm one, no flips for the first time in this event, I think. That's the positive out of this one. And through the 12, it will be the number 43 of Owen Miles getting the race win in the 2024 Autism Awareness 500. And at the line, it is official. Owen Miles is the winner.
Well, at least there wasn't any chaotic, weird mechanical issue that happened on the last lap.
Yeah, we've had that happen before this year, haven't we, Richmond? The race leader broke a engine, and the race leader broke a brake failure. So luckily that didn't happen here, but what a crazy Autism Awareness 500. Not that many cautions, but Owen Miles will take it under the yellow flag as the race winner. Steve Collin in second, Nick Lopez in third, and Abel in fourth. Once again, top 5 in all 3 races this week. And then Reggie Boltman is going to get 5th. John Anders down there is going to get 6th. Bruno Diacono first start on the trail in 7th. Lez in 8th. Inema in 9th. And still a great one from Clifton from starting dead last. He's going to get 10th here on this one. What a race here at Talladega. And unfortunately ends on the caution flag. But not many cars out. Only 2 cars will be out, and that's Farmington and Jericho. A calm day caution-wise, but a crazy day out on the racetrack. What's the final thoughts here for the 2024 Autism Awareness 500?
Yeah, we saw a lot today, that's for sure. We saw fast speeds, crazy pack racing. They got 4 wide a few times. They were able to sort it. There was one time they got 4 wide, they couldn't sort it. So kind of just the typical Talladega craziness that we come to expect, where they pack race like that, they get 4 wide, they have a crash or 2, and it ends up, kind of like it is now. Unfortunately, we couldn't end it under the green flag, but it was still we still saw a great fight down to the final green flag lap, right? We saw Owen Miles pass Colin into the tri-oval to win the race. So it did come down to the final few hundred feet of the while the green flag was out.
Oh yeah, without doubt, and like we always say at Talladega, the tri-oval is the determining factor, and that's what Owen Miles made that last green flag lap pass, and I don't know what they're doing on pit road, but what a fantastic race here at Talladega. And unfortunately it went caution. It ends under caution, but Owen Miles with the race win, definitely well earned, popped up late and steals it here today. And a lot of drives up went always long, and it ends up being the 43 getting the job done. Fantastic one from Giacomo, first start on the channel, gets 7th. For a little bit I thought he was going to possibly have a shot at the race win. How about Eli Boy? He popped up in the air and still gets 12 out of that. 2 former winners, Crampton and Nonagon Scott, get 16th and 17th. And Duncan Wood, another first-time starter, in 25th. And unfortunately, the third one, Derek McLean, in 29th. We didn't really see that many, or that much of those 3 first-time starters other than Giacomo. But maybe these 2 will sign up for some future stuff and showcase what they have. But what a wild race here at Talladega. Thanks for Joe Wachowski for joining me up here in the booth. Good luck at Kansas next time out for the Cup Series, and see if we can maintain a point lead over there with the 6 races left in the regular season. But what a wild one at Talladega. What a wild week with Dover, Indy, and Talladega. And next week is Kansas for Cup and Schwartz, and then it really turns into crunch time for the race to the chase. We had our fun with these special events, and it's time for the seriousness of the race to the chase. Once again, thanks for Joe Wachowski for joining me up here in the booth, and who knows, maybe get him up here in the booth at some point later on in the future. And congratulations to Owen Miles. It's been a long race. It's been like over an hour of week 1, I would want to say at this point, so it's been a long one of week 1, but it was fun. Congratulations to Owen Miles on the race win, and until Kansas next week, we will see you guys next time. Bye!